Ladies and gentlemen, I am on tour right now. Live comedy is back. I'm going across the country and New Zealand in 2022, and I want to see you there. I want to make you laugh. I want to make you smile, and I want to offend you. Head to isaacbutterfield.com/tickets right now, okay? That's where you need to go get your tickets. They are selling out fast. Live stand-up comedy is back. The Buttsman is back, and I am absolutely pumped to come to your part of the world. Division of the people. People divided, a nation cut in half. That is what makes us weak. Together, we are strong, united, and powerful. But separated, we are feeble, vulnerable, and scared. The entire world right now is divided, yes, but in Australia right here, we are cut down the fucking middle, and Western Australia is the one who everyone is looking at right now saying, what the fuck are you idiots doing? Australians are banned from entering this state. They are banned from leaving that state. I have friends there right now, very good friends of mine, whose son can't even get over there to see them. We're not talking about Nauru or Manus Island. I'm talking about a border, a made up fucking line in the sand that people have made that now you cannot cross like it's a fucking prison colony.
Someone once told me time is a flat circle.
Plainly put, Western Australia, Australia's biggest state, half the bloody country, has a bouncer on the door by the name of Mark McGowan. He is the premier that won't let anyone in, not even the hot chicks. So if you weren't aware, Australian politicians, particularly state premiers, the leaders of each state, absolutely adore lockdowns. Over the last 2 years, every time someone's had a fucking sniffle, they jump in and say, right, everyone, back to your rooms. And for the longest time, people were like, okay, that makes sense. You know, we don't know what this thing is. We don't know what's happening. Fair enough. Let's lock down. But as time has gone on, the rest of the world has reopened. The country of Australia now is reopened. I've been everywhere doing shows. Go and fucking see me. I'm also coming to Western Australia if this prick lets me in April. But Western Australia is sitting there like, nah, no one's allowed in. We're gonna go COVID zero. What are you, fucking stupid? Are you gonna go flu 02, you idiots? Idiots in the north, the south, the east, and now the fucking west. Talking about the north, I'm gonna talk about fucking Queensland for a second. This is what's happening in Queensland right now. They are building camps.
Ready and waiting. The Wellcamp quarantine facility is sitting idle near Toowoomba with the first 500 beds ready to go.
You know what pisses me off more than anything else about these fucking camps, right? Is they spent millions of dollars on these quarantine camps. I was in North Queensland just the other week. Now, in a particular place called Townsville, there was, and I'm not, being hyperbolic here, there was at least 50 Indigenous people on the streets homeless in Townsville the night I was there. And I saw all 50 of them on the way home from the venue, which was a 10-minute walk. So you can spend millions of dollars on a quarantine camp that is absolutely unnecessary, but you cannot home your fucking First Nations people, you grub. Makes me fucking sick. But none of that is comparable to the hot mess that is Western Australia. Western Australia, full of miners, desert, and fucking alcoholism of the miners who work in the desert. That's Western Australia to a T. It's also home of this bloke, Mark McGowan's. All right? The fucking gymnast. This prick does backflips daily. He had so many dates set down that this is when Western Australia is going to open back up to the world, and all the tourism's going to be happening, and all the people are going to be able to see their families, and everyone's going to make money, and it's going to be great, and we're back. And then he does a big fucking backflip because everyone gets a virus that doesn't kill anyone because we're all vaccinated. But what's happening right now in Western Australia goes further than that. This is what's happening.
West Australian parents who are unvaccinated will be banned from seeing their own sick children in the state's hospitals.
That is fucking madness. If you choose to get a vax or not get a vax, that's on you. And also, it won't even affect your ability or your not ability to spread this thing. So why the fuck would these fucking assholes tell you that you can't see your sick or dying child? It's just totally baffling.
The tough new rules will come into play from January 31. Only those with exemptions from the vaccine or under compassionate grounds, including end-of-life visits, will be allowed to step inside the hospitals.
Oh, isn't that nice? You can walk into the hospital if your kid's about to die. See ya, big fella, it's been real. Can't wait to get fucking locked down with you in heaven. But why let them in? Huh? If we're gonna run this game, why let them in? They're still not vaxxed? Isn't it just as dangerous?
We also know that the one thing the Premiers and the Prime Minister, for that matter, have been united on is the need to get vaccinated. So it becomes the ultimate test, doesn't it? If you're unvaccinated and you're going to what's deemed a high-risk area.
This is what people refuse to acknowledge, and this is the Australian government's fault because they never corrected people on this. They lied to people about this. The original vaccine, well, the vaccines, they helped stop the spread of the first COVID variant. The other two, no hope. So what does banning them have to do with anything? I saw this in Queensland the other week when I was there as well. You can't go into fucking Dan Murphy's unless you've got a vaccine. Why? You can spread it and catch it just like everybody else. And I'm a vaccinated person and I'm saying this. Why? Because I've read fucking articles about it and gone, okay, that makes sense. It sounds like these people who are delivering the news haven't even read the fucking newspaper.
The ability to go and see your loved one, if you're unvaccinated, may well be taken away from you. And could that be the trigger to make you change your mind? And I guess that's the force at play here.
People are being forced to have something that they don't want to have, and that's fucked up, particularly because it doesn't affect everybody else. And by the way, forcing someone to put something into their body under the guise of, if you don't do it, you can't see your dead child or your fucking grandma. That's fucked.
It's a tough decision, isn't it? What would a parent do? Confronted by that, would it make you change your philosophy? Maybe it would, and maybe that's what the government are banking on.
Yeah. For now, what hoops will you have to jump through in 4 years' time?
But, I'm all for this. I mean, this is not about the rights of parents. This is about the rights of the sick kids and the rights of the elderly to stay as safe as possible at a time where we know we're dealing with a very virulent strain of the disease.
What the fuck are you on about, Susie, you fucking idiot? It doesn't affect how you pass it on or don't pass it on. It affects how seriously you have the illness if you're one of those people who might have a severe illness. People have been saying this for 2 years.
And if you are unvaccinated without a good reason, without a valid exemption, then you are going to find your movements curtailed. We went through this in Victoria months ago where even 12-year-olds couldn't attend their own primary school graduations until the rules were relaxed.
Yeah, you heard that right. Who the fuck is this Susie O? Fuck off. What do you do? A columnist.
Shut up, bitch!
I think this is what the government needs to do at this point to really shock and challenge people into, as Basil's saying, change their philosophy, change their action and get vaccinated.
Or in other words, force them to do something, and if they don't do it, they get banished from society. Nice one. Why not go one step further? Why don't we remove all the unvaccinated children from the unvaxxed homes and put them with vaccinated grandparents and parents to really look after them? Yeah. That worked before. In Western Australia, it is just a shit show at the moment. You can't even go to church and pray to your fucking God up there to please help you from Mark McGowan without wearing a mask, because the police will walk in and fucking shut it down. And most horrifyingly of all, you can't buy a beer without the fucking jab. How un-Australian is that? You know, I recently posted this on my Facebook about Mark being the king of the and, I was surprised by how many people jumped in there and defended him. No, he's keeping us safe. He's saving us from the virus. What is this a fucking cult? Mark is not saving you. You have Stockholm syndrome. You are falling in love with your captor. I understand why people got the jab, even if they thought they would be fine if they got the virus. I got it because I wanted to go back to do comedy shows. We were told if you get it, just sort of like if your parents tell you to eat your veggies and you'll get dessert, we were told by the government here across Australia that if you get it, you can go back to work, go back to normal life, and then like Mark McGowan say, nah, no more, you can't do it, nah, I'm fucking banning it. I'm banning you leaving the state. Madness. Keeping cases to zero is a ridiculous political pipe dream. It cannot happen. The only way you would keep it to zero is everyone lived fucking 100 kilometres from each other. And I know that's sort of happening in Western Australia because it's fucking giant and everyone's 400 k's from each other, but still, We are humans, we must talk to one another and hang out with each other. Give the people of Australia and Western Australia what they deserve. Give them a date, Mark McGowan, when you'll open the border. Fucking do it tomorrow, mate. Be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East, mid extings, toodle au revoir.